Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's Friday, the 4th of April here. I hope you're well. This is Class A Plus English. My name is Brian. And we're going to continue today with the life and suffering of Sir Brante. We're in adolescence. Yeah, I think we're like 13. We're a teenager now. So we're going to continue with the game. I'm streaming on Friday morning because I had a lesson this morning. I'm an online teacher and I don't have any classes until lunchtime. So I thought, wow, I want to see what happens. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. So I thought, let's just stream it. I better close the window before all the noise starts. Who am I? My name is Brian. I'm from Ireland. I live in a city called Alicante on the east coast of Spain, about 10 minutes away from the Mediterranean Sea. It's very nice. This is Class A Plus English. Like I said, I'm an English teacher, and I'm playing video games. I'm playing story-driven video games, PC games. Vocabulary heavy, basically, So for English language learners, there's a lot of vocabulary we can look at. I can explain, I think it's a nice way to build your vocabulary. So we're going to continue today. I hope you're well. Sit back, have a cup of coffee, have some tea, and we shall get started. We're going to jump into the game, okay? Let's go. Where am I? Duck. Hi, Iona. How's it going? I hope you're well. You messaged me you were on the ferry at 6 o'clock this morning. I was very impressed. I'm not going to turn the music up. It's just, yeah, no. Sound maybe a little bit more. The sound is really loud though on this. Yeah, it kind of deafens me. I think my camera is kind of flickering a bit. Okay, we were playing this last night at about 11 o'clock or something. Ooh, 13 years old. Let's get started. What's happening? We've started school. We informed on the bullies who were picking on my friend Thomas. Yeah, everything seems to be working okay. Oh yeah, we had a big revelation last night. We had like a spiritual experience, didn't we? We met a girl called wow, I need to turn that down. Hang on, it's really, really loud in my headphones, in my earbuds, whatever we call them. Yeah, we met a girl called Jean, didn't we? We had a kind of an epiphany. Yeah, we got taken up by the silver tree, and we had a kind of out of body experience. And this girl, our new friend Jean, she was like, wow, this doesn't happen to everybody. You're special. My mother used to say that to me. Brian, you're special. Yeah? Okay, let's go for it. A shadow of the past. Another school day has ended. I hope the sound is okay, yeah? Please tell me if there are any problems. Hang on, what's going on here? Okay, it's working, yeah? Okay, sorry. All right, so we're here, the shadow of the past. Yeah, it's working. Okay, I think my camera is flickering. I need to update this, the drivers or something. I'm using a Logitech webcam, I'll fix it. I'll try and fix it later on. Also, a big announcement later on, okay? Right, so the shadows of the past. So we had this kind of epiphany last night. Yeah, we were taken up by this magical silver tree. We had an out of body experience. It was all quite trippy. Yeah. Another school day has ended. You are making your way home, still mulling over the things you learned from your teachers. Now, this is a nice word, mulling. Bartog, if you're out there, we were talking about this yesterday, to mull things over. Yeah, to mull something over is an expression, M-U-L-L. To mull it over is to think about it. If someone asks you for something, some kind of offer or something, and you don't want to give an answer immediately, you can say, I don't know, let me mull it over. Let me think about it. Let me sleep on it is another expression we can use, Often it's a good way if you don't want to give an immediate response to a question or a request, let me sleep on it. I'll tell you tomorrow, or I'll tell you in a couple of days. Let me mull it over. So, I'm making my way home. I'm thinking about the things I learned from my teachers, the founding of the empire, the eternal and unshakable rule of a single dynasty, the three estates, each with its own rights. What an odd sort of order the world has, and yet so mysterious. Odd here meaning strange. At least it sounds that way when your teachers talk about it. It's getting complicated. There's a class system in this world. This is a fantasy world, okay? Kind of medieval times, and I forgot to turn my phone down, to mute my phone. Let me just do this because otherwise it will be pinging all morning. I'm such a busy person, you see, which is why I'm streaming. Yeah, there's this kind of class system. They're called lots. So you have the commoners, the lowest level, which is what I am. I think the character's called Sean, right? And it's complicated. Then you have the priests, the religious people, the clergy. Then you have the nobles, the noblemen, the noble women. And then we found out there's these Arcanian kind of class. Blue people. Interesting. They sound kind of alien to me. So that's what he's talking about here, these kind of these orders. So mysterious. At least it sounds that way when your teacher talks about it. Okay, let's move on. That's my house there in the picture. If this is your first time watching, go back and watch the previous streams. It will give you the backstory, the lore of the game. It's really, really good. I'm really enjoying this game. It started a bit slowly, I think, being 6 months old, there's not really many decisions you can make, but it kind of builds up the background of the story, the kind of caste system, the lot, as they call them here. But yeah, we're moving into our teen years. Things are picking up. Mother is waiting for you on the porch, which is the part before you enter the house. She smiles gently when she sees you, and yet her expression still shows great concern. She's always worried. Father left on a trip to several distant Maglan towns a few days ago. Since then, Mother has been trying to tell you something, but she seems uncertain. Actually, really quickly, let's do a quick overview. So you can see here, this is Sean Brante. I'm 13, I'm low-born, I'm a schoolboy, and also another thing about this game is that you can die 3 times before the true death, yeah? After suffering a lesser death, one is reborn. One who dies a true death faces the judgment of the twin gods. So, yeah, there are these 2 twins who turn up every now and again. These are the gods that everybody worships. So you can see here, my nobility level, not exactly fantastic, represents how noble your thoughts and deeds are in your pursuit of honorable ideals of the nobleman. So everyone wants me to kind of swim upstream. Yeah, although I'm a commoner, there is a possibility I can become a noble. However, as you can see, I'm unprincipled at the moment. Yeah, it affects your chances of becoming noble of the mantle and future skills that are crucial for that estate. Ingenuity, I pushed this quite a lot. I've got 3 points. I'm bright, I'm clever, I'm smart, I'm intelligent. It represents how quick-witted you are and how skillfully you can manipulate a situation to your own end. It affects your ability to survive without the privileges of nobility and future skills that are crucial for a commoner. Spirituality, right? I'm not really interested in becoming a priest. Your aspiration to unlock the mysteries of creation and explore the divine in the mortal world, the people around you and yourself. It affects your ability to become a priest and future skills crucial, really important for the clergy. Clergy being the priests, the religious people, yeah. I'm at mundane, then I can become searcher, then I can become soulful, and finally I can be blessed by the gods. And then finally, willpower. I've never played this game before. I'm going into this completely blind, but I have read some stuff on Reddit, whatever, yeah. And it seems to be that willpower is an important attribute in this game. So your inner strength, your willpower and readiness for action, you spend it on difficult choices. And as you can see, I've been pushing this. I'm full of power. I think you can earn and lose this, a lot more than the others, yeah? Could we spend it? Okay, anything else? So what's next? The house. This is my family, the Brantes. We're not rich, we're not poor. Our reputation is a bit tarnished, it's a bit dented, because my father married a commoner. This is the state of the Brante house as a whole, its social position, its wealth, and the relationship between family members. It determines the future of your immediate family and the Brante name. All right, what's next? The family. Yeah, this is a good one. Let's have a look at my family. So here I am. I'm Sean. This is me. I have two brothers. I have Stephen. Oh, I've been calling him Stefan. He's my older brother. Now, he is a noble. I will explain in a moment. I am Sean. I am a commoner. Nathan is my younger brother. And Gloria is my sister. Robert is my dad. Now, Robert was married to Amalia Bourne, who is a high-born noble woman, but unfortunately, as we can see, she died. They had one child, Stefan. So Stefan is a noble. My father Robert then married Lydia, who is my mother. Now, Lydia is a commoner. So that means, and so they have three children, Sean, Nathan, Gloria. Because Lydia is a commoner, I too am a commoner. Nathan and Gloria are commoners. It appears to be a very misogynistic world, yeah? Men have the power in this world. And this is Gregor Brante, my grandfather. How can I describe Gregor? I would describe him as a pain in the arse, or the ass, as Americans would say. He's a very angry old man. And I don't think he likes me that much, to be honest with you. We've got some other people here. We have Tomas, who's my friend. Sophia. Who's Sophia? Oh, she was a girl I fell in love with, but she kind of died. She got run over by some horses, and that wasn't good. Augustine Elborn. So we met him last night. He's a very important person. He came to dinner. He seems quite a nice guy. Octavia Milanidas. She's so dreamy, everybody. I'm totally in love with her, except she's a very rich, powerful, noble person. As far as I know, the Milanidas are important people in our world. And last time we met Jean. I'm going to call her Jean, okay? And she was a religious kind of person. She was a pilgrim, I think, or she helps pilgrims at the tree. And she was amazed because I had an epiphany. I saw God last night, everyone. The humans and Arctians you have encountered, descriptions of them and your current relationship. So Octavia is an Arcnian. She has blue skin, seemingly. So they're the highest level. You can see here we have the map of the empire. We are in Anizote, the city of my birth and the capital of the dry, arid province of Magra. It's the largest and most ancient city in the south of the empire. Anizote is home to the silver tree that we visited last night a sacred landmark grown by the twins when they descended to the mortal realm. The old prophecies say that Anziot is where the end of the world will begin. So you can see there's quite a lot of places we can explore. I guess this is the capital here. Yeah, the capital, Eterna, Pragos, Archnia, the birthplace of the empire. Okay. Astinia, Orta, Veneri. I haven't visited anywhere yet. The second largest city, Fabrain. God, these names. Tuono, small village. Bologna, a city. More villages. A castle. Another city, an industrial city. A port. Monia. Right. Well, we haven't seen any of these places yet. Anything else? All right, this is where I live. Yeah, it's the Archduke Milanidas. So we met that girl. I've forgotten her name, but she is so dreamy, everybody. In fact, so dreamy, I stole her handkerchief last night. The patriarch is Fotis. No, powerful enough, religious, rich, peaceful. So that's basically an overview, okay? I'm not going to do that every stream, but go back, like I said, and also if you're enjoying this, please press like, it really helps, yeah? So, Mother wants to tell me something, but she seems uncertain, she's not sure. Do I tell him? Don't I tell him? I can't make up my mind. Tell me, Mother. Son, could you put your things away and come pray with me? Godmother, I'm playing video games. Leave me alone. Tell him. Tell him. She's going to tell me, isn't she? Alright, I like Lydia though. She's nice. You join Mother in a prayer to the twins. She prays with fervent sincerity, her head bowed low, reciting the words of obedience to them and their greater design in a barely audible whisper. You repeat after her just as she taught you ever since you were a little boy. Arnyahar, Atalyav, Gunita Danum. Bit of Irish there for you. When the prayer ends, Mother sighs and turns to you. Sean, my son, you're 13 now. You'll be grown soon. It's time you learned about certain things that are important for our family. Difficult things. It's about your father and me, about our marriage. Scandal. It's a scandal. It's an outrage. Bit of Oklahoma there for you. Musicals on a Friday morning, everybody. You don't get that everywhere. You gaze curiously into Mother's eyes. What's she going to tell? What do you think she's going to say? Iona, what do you think she's going to say? What is this big secret about my mother and her father? Well, we know she's a commoner and he's a noble. So that's frowned upon, I think, by everybody. It's not rejoiced. It's not celebrated, yeah? Really, the grandfather wants my father to marry another noblewoman, to marry within his lot. She's a thief, says Iona. She stole his heart, yeah? I'm sure you've wondered about this before. Your father is a nobleman of the mantle, so how could he marry a commoner with another man's child? She got pregnant before they were married? She blackmailed him? Sorry, I'm being horrible here, aren't I? I'm being very negative. He fell in love with her beauty. But you see, Sean, your father, when his first wife... Oh, she killed her, didn't she? When his first wife, Amelia Elborn, died, it was a painful blow to him. He lost the will to live, lost all purpose. He felt like his own destiny was cut short that day as well. He went drinking, didn't he? He went drinking in taverns with commoners, I think. This is where this is going. And then he met me in a tavern off Commoners. You know what I'm saying. You know the troubles I had in the past. I went to the prefecture as a petitioner to ask them for help, protection and justice. Okay. When I was a young girl, I worked at a small shop that sold crockery and dishes. Crockery is like, plates and food stuff, basically, isn't it? Crockery, pots, but like, ceramic, isn't it? Yeah, it's not metal, it's like ceramic. A nobleman took a liking to me, and may his name be forever forgotten. The twins know I was humble and honored his lot to rule, but he took, oh dear, he took me by force. Okay, I think we know what that means, yeah? Mother falls silent, summoning the courage to continue. So that's going to be my father, isn't it? Ah, Gloria. Woo! My sister. Gloria is that nobleman's daughter, but he was outraged. How could I have the gall to burden him with a low-born progeny? So she got pregnant, basically, but it doesn't sound like it was very consensual. He turned me out on the street with that little baby girl in my arms, and he threw her out. Get out of my tavern! Okay, this is getting a bit dark. Mother's voice is shaking now. You take her hand tenderly. I had no home, no honor, nowhere to go, no one to help me. When I went to the prefecture, I didn't really think the judges there would help me find justice against my former master. Ah, you see, Dad is a judge. But when Sir Robert heard my plea, his eyes met mine, and I believe that, at that very moment, the twins themselves granted him the gift of their love. Your father told me that there was nothing he could do to make that detestable nobleman marry me, but he would never abandon me and baby Gloria, and if I agreed, he would take me into his own home. Oh, that's a nice story. Good guy. I like my father here as well. Tears are running down Mother's cheeks. And I knew it, my son. I knew how much his honor and reputation would suffer. But caring for me brought him back to life. It's like he experienced another sacrament. He rediscovered his noble purpose, his lot to rule and protect and care for others. But his decision to marry me, he is still paying for it today. Yeah, so nobody's really happy about him marrying a commoner, yeah, especially my grandfather, his dad. So to summarize, what happened there? Lydia was working for a nobleman. He forced himself, she became pregnant. He threw her out, he kicked her out. She went to get justice from the judges. She met Robert, my father. They fell in love against all the odds, yeah? Your father had the courage to defy your grandfather, the founder of his bloodline. If only you knew how much he had to endure, my son. If only you knew the despicable rumors we heard about the Brantes all over Anisot. It was only thanks to the efforts of Sir Gregor and the Brante bloodline managed to hang on to what little remained of its reputation. And now the noble families have all but forgotten about that scandal. Thank the twins. Okay, so we want some reputation restoration, huh? Mother falls silent. She looks at you intently. Do you understand what she is telling you? Yes, Mama. My son, I'm not telling you this just to share the pain of my past. I have no reason to complain. Even Sir Gregor has accepted me through gritted teeth. Now, nice. Gritted teeth means you are not happy about something. You know what I mean? So, like, you agree to it, but you don't want to agree. So we say, like, yes, I agree, but we say with gritted teeth, you're clenching your teeth, really not happy. You really don't agree. But you need to understand the heavy burden our family must bear, including our scandalous marriage and Gloria's foul origin. Poor Gloria, I like about Gloria as well. And Gloria, she can never be a Brante, even if the elder Brantes agreed. The news would stir up the old scandal in the minds of high society, and if that were to happen, second condition, everybody, if that were to happen, they would see even your birth as illegitimate. So this is, excuse me, like I said, this is kind of like medieval times, yeah? It's a male-dominated world. What I told you just now is something you have to know, son. You are about to enter adult life. By my lot, I must be humble. I cannot tell you how to treat your family. But, may I ask you a question now that you know all of this? Do you still see Gloria as your sister? Okay, we got some choices. I can't choose this one, so let's have a look. Accept. Everybody likes me. Relations go up. Evade the question. Relationship with my mother goes down. Alright. Regardless of her origins, Gloria will always be family. Evade the question. Avoid the question. You do not want to disappoint Mother or Gloria, but you are not ready to promise anything just yet. I'm going to evade the question, everybody. This is only a game. This is not how I live my life. Yeah, I'm just picking this. I don't. Although I shouldn't I? She is. Yeah, okay. I'm bowing to pressure. I can feel the pressure. Don't do it, Class A plus. Filled with determination, you assure Mother that Gloria is and will always be your sister. You want Gloria to be a Brante too. You want her to be part of your family. Who cares what the nobles of Anizot say? Me, I do. Mother beams with quiet joy when she hears this. Her mother is really happy. Oh, Sean, if only you knew how happy that would make me to have our family united at last. However, the joy on her face quickly gives way to concern. She's worried about something, yeah? What could she be worried about? I would suggest she is worried about the grandfather, because he is, as I said, a pain in the arse. But I already owe good Sir Robert a debt I can never repay. If I borrow money from someone, I owe them money. It is a debt. I go to the bank, I get a loan, the bank lends me money, then I am in debt. Be careful though, the B is silent. Debt. It really is D-E-T. So, and we also, if you owe a favour, it's a debt, really, I suppose. But I already good Sir Robert a debt I can never repay. He has given my daughter so much, a home, an education, his care and advice. The Brante bloodline could suffer so much from Gloria's existence. We should all just learn to accept her status as it is. Shall we kill her, Mother? That would solve the problem if she just kind of disappeared, right? That would be wrong. That would be wrong. Just then you hear Gloria carefully knock at the door of Mother's chambers. Mother! Sean, I couldn't find you! You happily greet your sister. Yes, she is your sister. No old secrets can ever change that. Mother gives you and Gloria a kiss on the forehead, my forehead, and returns to her prayers. You and your sister walk downstairs together. Mother is alone by her bedside now, thanking the twins with a quiet prayer for the Brante family they have given her. You hope they can hear her. Okay, relations are good. So we have affection. Gloria likes me. Very important. Lydia. Good with Lydia. Could have done with willpower, though. I think I need some... We scored some ingenuity points yesterday, didn't we? Year 1131, autumn. I'm not saying the fall, autumn. The flash and the flame. This sounds like fighting. You're 13 now. I'm a teenager. Another theology lesson. Today's sermon is about the priests and why the clergy. Clergy is like a collective noun for religious people, right? Why the clergy is the only one of the three estates with the right to interpret the lots and guide the other two states accordingly. Tomas sits next to you, huffing and puffing, my friend, as he fervently writes down the teacher's every word. So this was another thing last night. There was the woman with the red hair, and she told us that the twins, these gods, never say anything about lots at all. They never say anything about class. You know? That is not mentioned in the sacred books. However, so what she's suggesting is it's being manipulated, and the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, right? Incredible fantasy idea, yeah? A fantastic idea. But you've heard all this from Mother many times before, so you take the moment to daydream a little. Father promised to take you to the capital once your studies are complete. Okay. But the teacher suddenly casts a stern look around the lecture hall and raises his voice at one of your classmates. A boy by the name of Brian. Wouldn't you know it, everybody? They always associate Brian with doing bad stuff, yeah? A handsome, intelligent boy by the name of Brian jumps out of his seat. The teacher asks him to repeat what he had just said. Brian freezes and seems to shrink. He tries to mutter a reply, but nothing comes out. Be strong, Brian. You can do this. You can do this. The class becomes agitated. Someone is about to get punished. The teacher now looms over handsome, intelligent, smart Brian. The boy's cheeks are flushed and his eyes are covered in tears. You all watch the teacher's iron-bound book as he raises it sharply about to strike. Brian shrieks, "Ah!" and raises a hand in front of him. Very un-Brian-like, I must say. Actually, it's very Brian-like. A sudden flash, the teacher screams and buries his face in his arms. Ha ha! This is what happens when you fuck with Brian's. His hair is ablaze, his hair's on fire, and his skin is covered in horrible burns. Good. It's magic, real magic, just like in the books about the Magra Rebellion. Magic, eh? Magic. The class freezes in shock. There's a dull thud as the iron-bound book falls to the floor. That's what you get when you mess with Brian. You get burnt alive. Brian's hysterical laughter rends the silence. He stands up from his bench, fire in his eyes, sparks on his fingertips. Good, Brian, do it. Kill them all. Kill them all. There are screams. Students run for the door, and a teacher tries to extinguish his burning hair. Ha 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 ha. Brian snaps his finger, and the book of Isaiah on the desks turn into pillars of flame. He laughs, raises his arms, and the curtains catch fire. You go, Brian. You're doing great. The screams grow louder as the fire howls. Brian's face is tense and violent. I like it. His mouth is spewing flames of fire, yeah? And his whole body is shaking with laughter. Ha 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 ha. He steps towards the door. You and Tomas glance at each other. They are thinking, we need to know this kid. We need to get being friends with this kid, yeah? Always be friends with a Brian. Very important, everyone. He's going to burn the whole school down. The charges were dropped. I might have been arrested, but I was never prosecuted. Your friends, that's a joke, by the way. Your friend's determination makes you brave. You run behind Brian and knock him off his feet. What? You both tumble to the floor, even through his clothes, his body sears your flesh. Brian screams, convulses, and grabs Tomas by the shoulders with his burning hands. Tomas howls and stays put, then knocks Brian senseless with several fierce blows to the head. I don't know if it's just me, but I have sympathy for Brian. He was only trying to burn the school down. There are servants fussing around the room now. They put out the fire and take away the teacher, his body covered in horrible burns. You and Tomas remain next to Brian, who is lying on the floor, silent. Soon, 3 men in black cloaks enter the room of the school, each bearing an edict sealed with silver, the Inquisition. You and Tomas are told to step away from the witch. I've been called a few things in my time, but not a witch. They lock Brian's neck in a silver collar and take him away. Poor Brian, everybody. Like I said, he was only trying to kill everybody and burn the school down. One of the Inquisitors remains behind to tell the students what happened. That was magic, he explained, the ungodly power that twists the minds of men into savage instruments of murder. A typical Brian, in other words. Only the sacred shackles of silver can hold it at bay. Only the power of the twins can save us from all its evil, from its evil grasp, its evil hold. The next day you are forbidden from ever mentioning Brian's name again. Brian is no more. I will keep mentioning it. It's a very nice name. Thank you very much. Well, that was exciting. All right, I'm good friends with Tomas. The nobleman's lot. A great day looms ahead. 100 years ago, Uther Tempest was anointed to rule over the empire. Blessed by the twins themselves, the emperor's reign continues into its 2nd century. Celebrations in honor of the Tempest dynasty are held throughout the city, and the school is closed for 2 weeks because of that. Yay, holidays! Where's Brian? On one of these evenings, Father tells everyone that Grandfather is going to bring Stefan back for the holiday. Now, Stefan is a bit of a pain, everybody. Because he's noble, and his brothers and sisters aren't, you know, there's a serious case of superiority going on there. They say families should celebrate the day of anointment together. You could benefit from your elder brother's company with his noble education. Stefan might be able to teach you how noblemen are supposed to act. Yeah, right. Soon he arrives. Look at the state of him, yeah? He now handles himself differently. When it comes to ordering servants around and ignoring Gloria, he is still Grandfather's double. He's a doppelganger. But he's more grown up now and far less haughty to you. Okay, he's a bit more friendly to me. Haughty meaning kind of distant, aloof, you know? I am superior, do not talk to me. It's dark winter evening. A damp, cold wind sweeps through the city from the barren lands of Magra. You and Stephen are sitting in the library. He's telling you about Eterna, Stefan. The capital of the empire. It is full of so many wonders. The Imperial Palace, the enormous Temple of the Twins, the Military Academy, the Imperial College. You have read so much about these places, yet he has seen them firsthand. He has seen them with his own eyes, everyone. Nathan, my younger brother, enters the library. He looks concerned. Nathan's a troublemaker, I think. I can't find Gloria. I looked everywhere. Oh, Gloria's disappeared, has she? She's not in the attic. She's not in the sitting room. Not in the kitchen. I heard he wanted to sneak off to the ruins of Charmilanidas's palace. She could be lost in there. Oh no, wouldn't it be terrible if Gloria just disappeared? You and Stefan exchange looks. Charmilanidas, the rebellious duke. The ruins of his palace are a dangerous place. Some children claim his tainted magic still lingers there, still remains there. Which means you absolutely have to make your way there and back again to prove you are not afraid of the long-dead witch. Your brother tells you to wait. He leaves and soon returns with his sword in its sheath. Alright, so I seem to be getting on pretty well with Stefan again, yeah? Because he was a bit of a pain the last time, wasn't he? Gloria's disappeared. That would be a shame, wouldn't it, everybody? Get ready, Sean, we're going to rescue Gloria. She must have gone to the ruins in search of inspiration for another one of her little rhymes. So yeah, Gloria likes to write poetry. The two of you, excuse me, the two of you instruct Nathan to tell your parents you've gone for a walk in the square. You and your elder brother head outside. So again, I've mentioned this before. Native speakers will often use this. Head meaning go. I meet my friend will say, where are you heading? I say, oh, I'm heading to the supermarket, yeah? Or I go to visit some friends, it's getting late. I say, is that the time? I think I'll head off, I'll head home, yeah? So we often use this word as a way of, where are you going? Where are you heading? Oh, I'm heading to work. You're confused by Stefan's actions. He refuses to treat Gloria like a human being. So why is he so determined to rescue her? My brother notices my expression. Are you wondering why I care about Gloria all of a sudden? I can't act in any other way, can I? The law of honor compels me to protect my family. Gloria will never be a Brante, but father still took her into our house. I must respect his seniority and defend Gloria like she is one of our own. You are a Brante too, noble or not, which means it is your duty to aid me. All right, Stefan, he's going for it here, yeah? He's got the itch. He's got the noble itch. The ruins of Charmilanidas Palace span an entire district. It's big. The palace was abandoned centuries ago, and its remnants are overgrown with thick underbrush. So it's in ruins, yeah? The ruined palace is empty. Nothing but cold wind blowing over crumbling brickwork. Even the worst scum of the land steer clear of this place. So it's kind of spooky place, yeah? There's kind of an old dead witch, there's kind of magic lingering, nothing good happens here, yeah? It's abandoned, it's overgrown, you know, the trees and everything. Kind of spooky place, I would say. But anyway, the kids are off to have an adventure. You make your way through the ruins, until you spot scattered sheets of paper covered in writing. Gloria's writing. You hear loud laughter coming from behind a dilapidated stone wall nearby. You pull yourself up to peer over it, to look over it. Gloria is lying on the ground, face down, twitching and sobbing, crying. A gaggle of drunk young thugs surround her, cackling and swinging their arms around her. Oh dear, she's in trouble, everybody. You hear their shouts. Look at the lass sitting there rhyming words together. She thinks she's all noble, but don't you worry, you low-born tart. We're going to teach you your place. One of the louts, one of the hooligans, spits at Gloria as she lies there. Oh dear. Get away from her this instant, you bastards, or I'll spill your guts. I'll open you up. I don't know. I can't think of anything. I'll stab you. I'm going to knife you. They respond with mocking laughter. Ha ha. Stephen draws his sword. The thugs recoil in fear, but they soon notice he is only one-armed man against many. They start reaching out for sticks and stones. Stand by my side. Don't let them flank me. Don't let them get around to the other side. So, Stefan has been training in sword fighting as well. My father gave me a lesson, which is kind of shouldn't happen because I'm a commoner, and commoners aren't allowed to use swords. But my father gave me a lesson one night. But Stefan has been training. He's a noble kid. Stefan's hand shakes, but he looks ready for battle. He is outnumbered. There's too many. There's a lot more of them. For a moment you hesitate. Perhaps it might be better to run for the nearby district and call for guards. It's back to my snitching and informing again. The young thugs are already armed with makeshift weapons. They start approaching you and Stefan cautiously. Okay, I can't follow my brother's orders, so let's have a look. Charge. You grab the heaviest rock you can find and get ready to fight. Now this will improve relations with Stefan, which is at 0, or I can call the guards. Which are guards, not like the police in Ireland, which is G-A-R-D, Garda Síochána. Okay, we got two choices. We can charge. I don't really get any points, so I just improve my relationship with Stefan. But here I get ingenuity. But then again, I am informing. I'm going to charge. The louts try to flank Stefan and surround him. Your brother's sword thrusts and feints methodically, like in a training bout. The thugs keep dodging and jumping away. They've managed to stay safe so far. If things continue like this, soon one of them will flank Stefan, kick the sword out of his hand, and bring him down. The ruffians are paying no attention to you, however. Burn them, Brian! Burn them all! Oh no, right, I'm Brian, sorry. For a moment you want nothing more than to run away. You belong to the common lot. You're not allowed to bear arms. You're not allowed to fight. But then you take one more look at Stefan, who is almost surrounded, and at Gloria sprawled out on the ground. I can't act in any other way, can I? Your brother's words ring in your ears. You cannot run. You have to help him no matter what. You pull a heavy rock out of the old wall. There's the sword there, swishing and cutting. The tow-headed leader of the gang appears behind Stefan's back, ready to knock him down. No time to think. It takes you 3 steps to get to the foe. Now, we did this word yesterday. Can you remember what this word means? Friend or foe? Are you a friend or are you an enemy? No time to think. You bash the thug, crack, on the head with the rock. The wretch stumbles and falls down, as you would. Imagine getting hit on the head with a big, big rock. What would you do? That's right. You would stumble and fall down. Okay, swish, swish. Stefan seizes an opportunity to strike and lunges at the louts, the hooligans. They scatter under his blows. You hear screams and the swishing of the sword. You assault them too, swinging away with the heavy rock until you catch something pointy in the side. Have I been stabbed? A wave of pain starts flowing. A wave of pain washes over you. Blood starts flowing down your side and onto your leg. Stefan shouts something, but your mind is already fading fast. Oh my god, what's happened? I've been stabbed, it sounds like. When the darkness disperses, you find yourself lying in your bed. Stefan is in the armchair next to you, reading a book. He's alive! with left arm in a sling and a black eye but still alive. As for you, it hurts so much when you try to breathe. You cannot help but moan quietly. Oh, oh. No, if that was Brian, we never moan quietly. We are quite happy to tell the world we're not feeling well. I'm a terrible patient, everybody. Stefan looks up from the book. Okay, we're getting on better, aren't we? Don't try to get up, you lost a lot of blood. Fortunately, the Archduke's guards got there too late to see you swinging that boulder around. They'd have shown you no mercy otherwise. Don't try to get up, you lost a lot of blood. Fortunately, the guards got there too late to see you swinging the rock. They would have shown you no mercy. Alright, so maybe they would have killed me, yeah? Interesting. But I'm impressed, John. You were unarmed, but you still fought them. You acted in defiance of your lot, that much is certain, but you fought for our family's honour. You know, brother, the nobleman's lot is also a great burden that few are able to bear. It takes courage, not to fight everything you see, but to do your duty. Each and every decision a nobleman makes becomes a part of his family's legacy, flowing in the blood tide forever. God, that would get boring quickly, wouldn't it? I think about it often. A noble mustn't act weak. A noble mustn't suffer like people in the low-born lot. A noble must rule over them wisely. A noble must ensure that they have work to do. It's not merely your own lot you have to look after. You have to ensure that 1,000 others can live by their lot as well. Yeah, it's really difficult ruling over people, eh? And there are so many more matters to take care of. Honor, dignity, tradition. It's tough, but it's what it takes to be a nobleman. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I've got no idea, Stefan. No idea, mate. I fly with the gods at the silver tree. For the first time in a long while, your brother looks at you as an equal. Ooh. It was a pleasure to fight side by side. I'm glad you and I are brothers. Hey, now. He treats you as usual. Okay, that's good, though. Alright. I think it's the point I'm going to take a little break, everybody. I've been going for an hour, so I'm going to be back in 2 minutes, okay? Yeah, I'm just going to go back. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. I hope it's working. Sound again. Okay, I'm going to go for about another half hour, okay? So, what's happened? Yeah, we've improved our relationship with Stefan. We got into a fight. It looks like I got stabbed or something, but we saved Gloria. She didn't disappear. Let's jump back into it. Game. Here we go. Trial of the assailants. Okay, these to assail. They assaulted us. Before long, the entire city hears how a gang of low-born thugs assaulted Stefan Brante. Excuse me, grandfather. Yeah, they're in trouble. Like when your dad and grandfather, who are kind of psychopaths, is a psychopath, are kind of the judges. Yeah, those kids. It doesn't look pretty for them, I reckon. Grandfather ensures that the brash young men are found. Some of them are taken into custody as soon as lesser death releases them. Oh wow, so they got killed. Okay, so the Archduke's guards would have killed them, but like I said, you resurrect, yeah, you have three resurrections, you know? Grandfather seeks vengeance on those who hurt his favorite grandson. Prefect Elborn, a friend of your family, promises to personally oversee the trial and ensure that justice is served. There you go, folks, you can see it, yeah? They're going to make the working class pay for their uppity ways. Stefan and grandfather decide to stay in Anizote until the trial ends. Grandfather demands true death for every single assailant. True death, yeah? That means game over. You ask father to explain something. How can a legal court sentence criminals to true death? How can worldly judgment overrule the twins' laws? Silence, child. No. Your words are true, my son. Their law is second to none. Yet the twin gods also made the empire and all its ways. The court of law exists to execute the laws of heaven here in the world. Should the court of law sentence a person to death, the law high above will always enforce it, and so every execution brings true death. Okay. So we probably need to remember that if you get executed, it's final. The commoners who assaulted Stefan and born noblemen have committed a serious and grave offence. There is no doubt about that, and yet, according to the Emperor's decree, even commoners have the right to defend themselves when they are about to face true death. This means that all of us would have to appear at the trial and testify before the court. I'm not a snitch. I'm not grasping on, oh yeah, okay, I am actually. I am. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Evening comes. Gloria visits your room. She looks crestfallen. She looks sad. And her fingers keep reaching for her long hair. You put away your school books and ask, what is bothering her? What's the problem, Gloria? Gloria! The trial too is tomorrow. I thought I was going to appear there too as an eyewitness. After all, an eyewitness. Okay, an eyewitness. If you see a crime, you witness a crime, you are an eyewitness. You'll often see it in the news, you know, a bank robbery. People don't really rob banks anymore, do they? They call me with spam calls and try that instead. But imagine we're back in the medieval times, yeah? So some people rob a bank and you see them, you are an eyewitness. You'll often see the police, the guards are appealing for eyewitnesses. After all, this whole mess started because of me, but Sir Robert isn't even going to mention it. Hey, Keddy, how's it going? Do you want to go out? Oh, my cat has arrived. Keddy has entered the chat. There you go. The window's open now, so it might be a bit noisy. It's sunny, you know, so she wants to go and sit in the sun. I'm actually thinking about getting a second cat, everybody, you know? It's something I'm mulling over at the moment. To get her a friend. It might chill her out a bit. Anyway, where were we? After all, this whole mess was my fault. It started because of me, but Sir Robert isn't even going to mention that I was there. Can you imagine? He says it would ruin the case. Okay, I can see the dilemma coming. Why am I always in the way? Nobody ever mentions me. Nobody has to listen to me. It's like I don't even exist. Except for your poetry, Gloria. And I thought Stefan standing up for me finally meant something. Maybe I will become part of the family. But no, everything is back to usual now. Poor Gloria. Gloria tries her best to hold back the tears. You do your best to comfort her. Father just needs to keep the family out of trouble. If Sir Robert believes that I only bring trouble, why did he took me? What? Why did he, that's a mistake, right? Why did he take me into the house at all? It's what we call a typo, yeah, I guess. Knock, knock, knock. Gloria runs away. You return to your books, but you can't help but get lost in thought. What if they told the court you weren't there either? How would you feel then? Knock, knock, knock. It's Father. He closes the door behind him and sits next to you. There is an exhausted look about him. It must be Friday, everybody. Everyone is exhausted. Son, you will be testifying before the court tomorrow. Please remember what I'm about to tell you. All right, so they're getting their story straight, yeah? They're getting their story straight, so they're all on the same page, you know? Yeah? Gloria wasn't at the ruins. Lie. You went there with your brother to inspect this historic site. Lie. The low-born men insulted Stephen first and then attacked him. Stefan had managed to deal with the assailants on his own by the time the guards intervened. Lie. Gloria will cast suspicion on the case. If we mention her very existence to the court, the reputation of the family will suffer. The reputation of the family will suffer. Your grandfather will never forgive me if that happens. Do not let me down. Do not disappoint me. We are all counting on you. We're counting on him. We trust him. We are relying on him. You can count on me, you know, you can trust me, you can rely on me. All right. So basically, they want me to commit perjury. Perjury. What is perjury? Perjury is when you swear on an oath to tell the truth, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me, twins. But now, Daddy and Granddaddy are telling me to lie. Decision time, everybody. What do you think we should do? You recall the night of the fight like it was a moment ago. Gloria sprawled under the feet of those cackling thugs. Her poetry, her greatest treasure, scattered on the ground. She thinks she's all noble. Those were the words they spat down at her. But doesn't grandfather mean the same thing when he denies that she is part of the family? Ooh, yeah. I'm not sure about this one, yeah? But if you do what father tells you, the trial will end quickly. Those commoners will face true death for assaulting a noble. Right. Which, well, I don't know about death, but no, I'm not. I don't believe in the death penalty at all, you know? I believe in rehabilitation. But they're going to get executed, they're finished if I keep quiet. If I mention Gloria, things will get complicated and you cannot predict how the trial will end. Which is more important to you? What is right? What is just? Okay, big decision, everybody. We can support father. Now, the reputation of the family will go up. The unity of the family will go down. Daddy will like me. Gloria won't like me. So it says, you will do as father told you and avoid mentioning Gloria to the court. Or we can lie. You agree with father now, but you will tell the truth later. Now, ingenuity goes up. Gregor and Robert, my dad and grandfather, will hit the roof. Unfortunately, I cannot convince Daddy to change his mind. That would be nice though. Willpower, spirituality, and nobility go up. Gregor goes down, but he hates me anyway. What do you think, anybody? What's your opinions? Do I lie? Do I keep quiet? Do I keep stum? Do I commit perjury? Or do I lie? My ingenuity goes up. Gloria will like me. Daddy and Granddaddy won't like me. What do you think? Anyone? Any opinions? I trust your opinion. Support Daddy, lie to Daddy. Anybody? Alright. Let's lie. I agree with him now, but I will tell the truth later. I don't have to tell the truth. I can decide later on. I'm going to lie. I'll say, yeah, sure. Whatevs. Trial of the assailants. You nod in agreement. You will follow the family's plan for the trial to the letter. A faint smile appears on father's fatigued face, his tired face. I'm a bit unsure about this. Thank you, son. This is an important case for our family and for me as well. I appreciate your support. You watch father leave your room and consider your options. When should you mention Gloria during the testimony? There's no way you will pretend she was not there. That would not be fair in the slightest. They are going to hit the roof if I do this, right? They are going to be so angry with me. Which is a shame, because I was getting on well with Stefan, right? But I must do what is right, and Gloria was there. Okay, let's find out. The day comes, the trial takes place in the lesser hall of the city prefecture. Sir Elborn himself presides as judge. There he is. With the scales of justice behind him. You are seated next to Father and Stefan. You are to testify to the court one after another. Your brother's testimony, his evidence, follows Father's plan to the letter. The young commoners insulted you as you were both walking by the ruins. Then they assaulted you. Stefan defended you. Okay. You are next to speak. You tell the court the truth about that night. How the Alright, so I don't have an option. How the thugs humiliated Gloria. How Stefan and you came to help her. And how Stefan defended his half-sister. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. I thought there would be an option where I could kind of go back. But it looks like I can't. I am in the doghouse, yeah? To be in the doghouse means you are in trouble. I'm in the doghouse. Where the dog sleeps. I sleep where the dog is. Uh-oh, there are confused whispers in the hall. The commoners on trial cry out, "It's the truth. Gloria was reciting poetry and they simply told her she was defying her lot, her class. The situation has changed. By this account, Stefan was not acting in defense of himself or another. He merely assaulted them first in order to retaliate. against those who had insulted his half-sister. Oh, the shame. Granddaddy's face turns red, yet he remains silent. All emotion disappears from Father's face. Your brother turns to look at you, disappointed. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. Sir Elborn rises to deliver the sentence. There is bitter regret in his voice as he speaks. With this new evidence in mind, the court of Anisot finds you not guilty of assaulting Stefan Brante, a nobleman. However, you are found guilty of disgraceful conduct and injury to a noble. All four defendants are sentenced to 20 lashes each. Ow. Right, so we're going home, and strangely, the carriage is silent as your family drives home. Father asks you to go to the sitting room. You need to talk alone. The tone of his voice does not bode well for you. The sitting room door slams shut behind him. Right, everybody. Yeah, we're having the talk, I think. What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to kick me out? Are they going to send me to boarding school, maybe? We were talking about boarding school earlier on, or yesterday, weren't we? Boarding school is like where kids go to school, but they kind of live there. You know, they don't come home. They only come home on holidays, you know, summer holidays, etc. Maybe he's going to make me become a sailor and just send me off on a boat somewhere. What do you think? I think he's going to be just really, I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest with you. I think he's going to be furious. You have absolutely no idea what you've done. Why did you have to be so foolish and stubborn? Why? Explain to me. Crack. Father is furious. You try to explain yourself. You only wanted them to treat your sister fairly. Father's face turns red, just like grandfather's did. Treat it fairly, he says. His sister, he says. Get out of my sight this instant, both of you. You're in for a world of punishment, young man. You and your sister, you are nothing but a disappointment to me. Be gone! What's for dinner? Oh! Whips, floggings. Next, Father gives his orders. You and Gloria are flogged together brutally enough to ensure you learn your lesson. So they're getting whipped, which seems to be common practice here. Once this ordeal ends, your sister thanks you through tears. At least you tried to stand up for her, to defend her. Your back will not hurt less for that, but at least you feel better now. Now, everybody. When Gloria comes back home the day after, there is a fresh bruise on her cheek. Her dress is covered in dust and her hair is disheveled. You ask her about it, but she does her best to pretend nothing is wrong. When you ask about the bruise, she says she just fell. So this is quite a very brutal world these kids are living in, yeah? You meet those four commoners on the street a few days later. They thank you mockingly and tease you mercilessly. Sir Sean Brante, they call you sarcastically. You walk away as fast as you can. They laugh behind your back. What happens now? Stefan will not protect you or Gloria anymore. And you can see my relationship with my dad has gone down. We're actually at -1. Not good, really, not good. I think we're going to leave it there, everyone, yeah? We'll find out what happens in the next episode. I'm really enjoying the game, though. I really like it. I mean, there's a lot of reading for me, but yeah, it's okay. It's not too bad. It's quite dramatic, isn't it? You get a little story, a few pages, kind of a background, and then there's some sort of decision. I've been a bit rebellious in my decisions, I think, so far. So maybe we need to toe the line a bit more. Yeah, for the next couple of decisions, do what they want. Try to stay in their good books, you know? Try to stay, to keep them happy, yeah? To keep them happy. Maybe that's a good idea. And it's not that they're not angry, they're just disappointed. They're pretty angry with me, yeah? They're pretty angry and disappointed, I would say. But hey, c'est la vie, so it goes. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. It's Friday. The sun is shining here in Alicante. It's a quarter to 12. Got a class at 1 o'clock in Madrid, so I need to get ready for that. And I'm really enjoying the game. I hope you do too. Yeah. So, and again, my name is Brian. No fire. I'm not an evil magician or whatever trying to kill everybody and burn schools down. I'm just an online teacher living in Spain. And if you like the stream, please press like. If you haven't already, it really helps if you can subscribe. And definitely try put notifications on, you know, because I try to stream on Wednesday nights, Friday nights, and Sunday mornings. Yeah, but I did it today because I think I'm quite busy tonight. And I don't think I'll be able to do it, so I thought I would get the stream in a bit earlier. On Sunday, I've got a different plan though. I'm thinking about doing something else. So we'll have to wait and see. All right. Take care. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you soon, I'll see you later. All right. And I'll we'll continue with the story soon enough. Take care. Bye bye.